Welcome to Soul Infused Monday. Great way to set the tone for the rest of your week, set the tone for the day, to start in an uplifting, inspired way. So welcome, welcome, welcome. If you are on the replay and watching this, leave a comment below. Let me know that you're here, because even if you're watching the replay, I'm always going to go back. And if you are live here right now, hit the like and love button. Leave a question, not leave a question. Don't leave a question yet, unless you have one. Leave a comment below and let me know where you are, where you're watching from, and that you are here live and or on the replay. And it always takes a moment, so I will wait another 30 seconds before we really dive into the topic of today. Super excited to spend the time here with you. I always, before I go live, I always tune in. I always feel that enjoyment to me connecting with you and having you in my community. And if you're new to my community, welcome. And if you're new to the Soul Infused Monday show, let me introduce myself. I'm Sonia Bueno de la Torre, and I am here to help you to know and love your authentic self so that you can create a life you truly, truly want. And today we're talking about your dream, how to fulfill dreams, and 3 ways to fulfill your dreams faster, especially this year. Okay, so who is in here? Emily is here, Alyssa is here, Darlene is here, Kerstin is here. Hi from Chicago, fantastic. Yeah, love having you here. And I want to start with you tuning in for a moment. And that's actually always a good point. I know that our life is so crazy, social media is crazy, there's constant distraction, information overload. So I invite you right now, right here, to take a deep breath. I invite you right now, right here, to take a deep breath, to remove any distractions, and to really be present with yourself right here, right now. And to give yourself permission to focus on one thing versus having, different windows open, checking emails, doing whatever else you're doing. If you're anything like me, I like to do like multiple things at the same time. And I get to really always tune in, take a breath, bring my energy back in, and fully be present, because that's how you get the most out of anything. Rather focus on one thing at a time and really get something out of it versus doing 5 things or 10 or whatever, how many, and not really being fully present. Okay, Darlene, good morning. Chicago is here. California is here. Kerstin is here from Germany. I love it. I was long off. Yeah, thank you, thank you. Mary Ellen is here too. Okay, fantastic. Let's get this going. Now that you've taken a breath, and do this when you're on the replay as well, really mute your phone. And take that moment. Do it very consciously. You might even want to close your eyes for a moment. And unless you're driving and listening to this, close your eyes, or you might even want to stop on the side of the road. Close your eyes, take a breath, and be fully present here and now. And I have a question for you. And it's like, what is your dream? And the funny thing is that, and often when I ask the question, many people don't even have an answer to that. And I'm including myself. It's not that, it was always kind of like they are present, but we are often so disconnected. So take a moment and just tune in. What is a dream of yours? Even a personal, like something that is important to you. What is one thing that you've really always wanted to do? Something that, and I don't know what that is for you. I'm going to share, you might know my dream because I shared it, but I'm going to share it with you in a minute. It doesn't have to be something like, oh my God, I want to cure cancer. No, what's important personally to you? What is one thing? Maybe you always wanted to jump from a cliff, or maybe you wanted to, I don't know, climb up Mount Everest, or something simple, rescue an animal. I don't know what it is for you. It doesn't even matter. It's important to you. And I come up with this topic for today because I am going to fulfill one of my biggest dreams, if not the biggest dream that I had so far that I wanted to do. Hi, Sandy from Missouri. Welcome to my community. So happy that you're here. I remember this so long time ago, I don't know, like I was very young, I was living in Germany and I was watching a documentary about whales. And I've always had such a deep connection, a deep love. I can't even express it in words, to whales. I think they're magical, there's something about them. So I always felt extremely drawn to that. And so back then I watched a documentary and it was in Tonga. It's a very small island in, I don't actually know where, but near New Zealand or something. I might have butchered it, but far away, far away. And they were actually swimming with the whales because there are not many places where you can actually really do that. I think there are only 2 places that I know of in the world where you are allowed to really go into the water with them, with people like safe and swim with the whales. Ever since, I was crying when I was seeing that documentary. I was literally crying and I thought back then, oh my God, I want to do that one day. I want to do and swim with the whales. And I get even goosebumps when I think about it. This is one of my dreams. It doesn't have to be, you might not relate to this at all, but you might have something that is as important to you that you feel like, oh my God, I really want to do this, right? And after so many years, I've decided years ago already that I wanted to do it, but there were several reasons that I didn't, and I'm going to share more with them with you because there might also be why you are holding yourself back without really knowing consciously that you're actually sabotaging to fulfill your dream or any goal for that matter, And so I'm so excited. I still can't believe that I'm actually doing this. When I say it out loud and still it seems like totally not reality, but this week Saturday, I'm going to go on a boat for a whole week to go to the Silver Banks where actually the whales are having their babies and, like one of the places in the world where you can do that. And I'm going to spend a whole week on a boat, swimming, seeing, I don't know. It's just like, I have no idea. I've never done it before. And then I'm so excited. And when I finally decided to do it, I was tuning in. It was like, because I didn't even think about it for the last few years. It's like, what was holding me back for so long? What were the real reasons? And what did it take to make it happen? Okay? So, and the one first important thing is that you want to be clear on your dream because you might not even have an answer to that. And one way for you to become clear, because a way for you to fulfill your dream faster is to be clear about it, that you actually know your dream. And you might think, oh yeah, that's a no-brainer. Yeah. However, it's astonishing that, and I would say really 8 to 9 out of 10 people, when you ask them, they're not really, really clear about it. So they're never really going to do something to manifest it. One way that I find very powerful to really tune in to what's important to you is imagine for a moment, and not with scarcity or anything, but imagine for a moment you had 3 more months to live. You knew, and allow yourself to really feel into it, because it's kind of, we all say, hey, live in the moment, life is precious, and I totally believe that and live my life upon it. But, we all get caught up in daily responsibilities in life, and we forget what's really important, and that this day might be our last day here, right? So tune in for a moment, unless you have a very clear dream that hey, I don't want to leave this planet without having done that. If you would have 3 more months to live, just 3 more months, and you could do anything before you would leave this planet, what would that one thing be? And it can be more, but just choose one. Like, what's one thing that you feel like, oh my God, I don't want to have my last day here and regret that I haven't done it. So tune in for a moment. I give you actually a moment. Allow yourself to tune in. And if you have something, leave it here in the comment. If you have a dream already, leave it here in the comment section. Kerstin is saying, my dream is to feel free and visit you. Wow, that's a dream you can make true very quickly. Love it. Oh, that would be amazing. Kerstin also said, I want to swim with dolphins. Beautiful. Share your dream with me. And again, let it be very personal. Let it be selfish. Let it don't, it's not about, I have a bigger dream. Like I have my spiritual vision, my mission to really make a difference in this world. And something that is continuous going on over a lifetime, but however long a lifetime is, one dream you have that you feel like, oh my God, I always wanted to do that. Alyssa says, be more decisive and clear. Wake up without depression. Yes, I hear that. Be at peace and receive joy. So if you would have 3 more months to live, Alyssa, be really honest with yourself, like truthful, like what's one thing that you would want to do? You only have 3 more months, so you wouldn't, and I know it's sometimes hard to really tune in, and it might be a process that you guys want to take later on to really tune in, like 3 more months, like what would I do? What would I do? And I love your dream because it's how you feel inside is everything. So I hear you. Kerstin is saying, just feel like jump over my fear about the sea and join happiness and strength. Yeah. Hold and fly a hawk or falcon. Beautiful, Darlene. Yeah, hold that dream. Visit Friar Park in Henley and Thames in England. I have no idea. Emily, yeah. I know you do have an idea, even if it's that much. Just what do you know for sure? Hi, Tine. Tine is here from Denmark. Okay, I want to give Tine a shout out because she had a dream too. And Tine's dream was to come to my retreat this year. And everything was saying against it. Her bank account says no. Her logic said no. The logical brain said no. And she literally said several times, I can't do it. I don't know how to do it. But she felt like so strong about it. It's like, but I want to do it. It's my dream to really do this for myself and to really make a difference in my life and to use that time together to come here, to spend those 3 days, to work on myself, to fulfill that and to flourish. It was so important to her that, and I supported her obviously, and we spoke and we made, and she kept the possibility open that it is doable, even if she didn't believe and she didn't know how. And long story short, I'm Justine, I'm so happy to see you soon. So, and she's coming, and you would not necessarily believe that you can do it, but there's always a way to fulfill your dream, whatever it is. So the first way is really be clear. And if you're not clear, don't get hung up on it. Like, oh yeah, I don't have anything, or, I don't know what. Start the process. Get a little notebook and write down, if I would have 3 months to live, what are the things I want to do? And you just jot them down. And maybe the first 10 is nothing really. And then you let the process, you let the brain down, you let the vision, and you finally write something down and you feel, oh my God, I didn't even know I had this dream. Or, oh my God, I didn't let myself even look at the possibility that I might be able to do this. So tune in. What is your dream? Choose one. Tina is smiling. Yes, me too. Yes. Okay, and some of you guys have it down. So the number one reason we are not fulfilling our dreams is fear. But fear is very it's general, it's big, right? So, but just to know and understand, it's never money, it's never time, it's never the responsibilities. And I'm going to give you an example so that you get what I'm saying. Because for the longest of time, the number one reason that I was telling myself that I wouldn't do it is, or number 2 reasons, but basically comes back to number 1, is money, and because it's so far away. Because I wanted to go to Tonga to do that. My dream was to go to Tonga I'm not going to Tonga, by the way, but that was my dream because I didn't even know any other place where that would be possible. And I was living in Germany. I was young. I was, full of fears and insecurities. And it was just really kind of like someday I will go and fulfill this dream. Have you ever said that or thought like, hey, I really want to do that. I'm going to do that later. I'm going to do that someday. Yeah, one day I'm going to do this. Be honest. Have you ever said that to yourself? And put yes in the comment section if you ever have thought or said that to yourself or someone else. Hey, I really would love to do this. Yeah, someday I will do it. Like, be honest. Amber saying building her website is your dream. Yeah, good. You get it done in the next 2 months. Yes, Sandy says yes. Tina says yes, yes. Yeah, someday. I will do it one day, someday, when I have the money, when my kids are old enough, when, I don't know, when stars fall from the sky. Like we come up with, someday. What if someday never comes? What if you wake up one day and you look back and you think, oh my God, I haven't done this. And to be honest, for me, this is so important to me that a few years ago, I went through a death process, actually a spiritual journey, and it was so real. It was so real. It felt like this is my last day on earth. And I was reflecting back, do I have regrets? What are the things that, like really brought up something? And I didn't have a lot of regrets or unfinished business, but I was bawling my eyes out because I didn't swim with the whales. And made me even cry now. Is that important to me? Why? It doesn't even matter why it's important to you. But I do not want to leave this planet without having done it. And as I don't know when my last day will come, I'm going to do it now. So, money, time, or other reasons that are fear-based. But here's the thing. You might know about this already. This is not like, oh my God, yeah, that's a no-brainer. But what's underneath the first layer of fear? And that's the second way. First way to fulfill them faster is to become clear and actually have a dream, and I would write it down. So without that, you're not going to fulfill it anytime. Second thing, the second way is to work on those fears, but to go underneath the obvious fear. And I give you an example from myself. When over years that I was thinking more about it, I could do it. One time I actually got close to do it. And something was always holding me back. And I thought, yeah, it is money, it is time. Someday I will do it, and the whole shebang. And at some point I really was tuning deeper, and I did some deeper inner work, and I worked with someone on what's actually really holding me back. And here's what came out for me. And it was really back then, really a surprise. Because this was my biggest dream. This was the one thing that I thought, this is the one thing I want to do before I leave the planet. This is the most important thing in my life, for whatever reason. And unconsciously, there was a fear, well, once I fulfill this dream, there's nothing left. My life has no meaning, it's no logic, it's not logical. But that fear of actually fulfilling my dream and not having that dream anymore, maybe not even have a purpose, not having meaning, like, what if I fulfill my dream? What's then? Consciously makes no sense, but unconsciously it was so strong, that fear, that it kept me sabotaging it by saying to myself, I don't have the money, or this is too far away, or I want to wait until I do it with someone, whatever your reasons are. So the fear is the first layer. What you want to do is you want to go underneath and go deeper to see what's really holding me back. Maybe we start with money, time, children, work. Oh my God. I mean, who's using work as an excuse? I mean, all of us, right? It's like, hey, right now I don't have the time. I have, work commitments. I mean, seriously, if you would die in 3 months, would you work your ass off in your, in your job and just not until you take your last breath? No, you wouldn't. Most likely, you would actually quit your job and you would go and do whatever you wanted to do, right? Isn't it interesting that we somehow believe that we'll have so much infinite time and something will happen at some point? No, if we don't take action, if we don't fulfill what we want to do, it might never happen. Yeah, and I don't want that happen to you. So, second way to get them done, fulfilled faster is that you really find out what's the underlying real fear that is holding you back. Maybe it's unworthiness, a fear of, it can be anything. What is it that you have underneath money, time, children, work, whatever your first layer of fears? Does this make sense? Am I landing here with you guys? And let me know if you have any questions. I have beautiful and spiritual place on the water. Beautiful. Yeah, someday getting fewer. Yes, okay, makes sense. I can so relate. Okay, great. Yeah, let me know if this makes sense. Hit the love and like button so that I know I'm landing here. Okay? So, and the third way for you to fulfill your dream faster, after you having it very clear, you having worked on or chosen or to look at what's really the fear underneath, because you will always be afraid, period. There's no such thing like being in a human existence and fear is gone forever. And I say this a lot, and I keep saying that because even just before I was listening to an audiobook, a so-called self-help, inspirational, whatever. And when you keep hearing, yeah, you just let go of your fears and then you're fearless and nothing is gonna ever trigger you anymore. And that's the goal. Like, you're doomed, because that's not gonna happen. That perfection illusion doesn't exist. Fear exists all the time. I'm even afraid now. You know, the unconscious mind has so much programmed fears that if you don't look at them and you're not aware of them and you do something about it, they will run your life and you're not even noticing it. I mean, you might notice it, but you don't really know what it is. So anyway, number 3, declare it. And what I mean by declaring it is, don't keep the dream for yourself so that it stays energetically in a capsule. Declare it publicly, out loud spoken, share it with someone, and then declare it, because that holds yourself accountable and the world holds you accountable as well. And then you take one step, choose one step. You don't have to have it all figured out. The one thing that and I'm this, you know, I'm no different. The one thing that keeps us that holds us back continuously is that we don't take action until we have all the pieces figured out. Who can relate? You know, it's like, okay, I have this dream, and I heard something about, I think it was a mountain or something in England, whatever. It's like, you don't have to have it all figured out. You declare it, you decide that you do it, no matter what, and then when those fears, those excuses, those self-sabotaging mechanisms deep inside come up, you look at them, you work on them, you get help to work through them, so that you don't be at some point in your life where you look back and you regret not having lived your most amazing life. I still hold myself back. I mean, this year I've declared it's going to be my best year, the best year of my life. I declared it publicly. I declared that I'm going to go with the whales. I've just decided that I've been holding myself back long enough, even though I've done so much already, but there's a level that I still have been holding myself back. And listen, when I've decided, it was last year on Christmas. It's one of the best decisions I've made. I did not plan it, actually. It happened that I got the opportunity. A door opened. A friend told me she's doing this trip. And I was like, what, you're going to swim with whales? Oh my God, this is my biggest dream. That door opened. And my mind wanted to close it right away. Said, I can't take a week off again in March. I just took 2 weeks off on Christmas. I have a retreat coming up. I have so much work. I have to have this project. It's a couple of $1,000 of investment. The money piece, the time. Are we going to boat? Like, all of that stuff came up for me too in that moment. And it was so clear to me. It's like, this is a door that opened again, and I can either step in because it's given to me, despite the fears and the excuses and whatever. And it was so clear to me that I would do it even though I didn't know how yet. I just said yes. I said yes. I paid a down payment. I put the dates in my calendar, and I still had a lot of other things in that week in my calendar. It was scary and so excited in the same time. So declare it. Take one action step. Decide to do it. Put it in your calendar and just freaking do it, because you can. And I don't want you to wait until, you know, I don't know how old you are or you can't do it anymore for some reason. And so I just wanted to share that with you. Get your dreams fulfilled this year. I really invite you. I invite you to decide to do one thing this year, even within the next 3 months, if possible. But this year that you've kept telling yourself you cannot do for this, and reason. And that someday you will do it. No. Today is someday. Today is where you get to decide that you want to fulfill something, because it's the most amazing feeling when you really go for it, even though it's scary. Okay, do you guys have any questions? Is this valuable to you? Who has a dream now? After, I'm overextending here. Who has a dream now? I can relate, overwhelmed, yes. I'm 68, I need to get moving on my dreams. Yeah, you don't need to, because you know, I'm not a fan about that word, but you get to, you want to. You're 68 years old, you decide to do it this year. Don't wait any longer. I'm turning 48 this year. 48, I mean, it seems to me like, how the hell did that happen? How can I be 48 this year? It's just kind of like, and I'm fulfilling finally this one dream. I could have fulfilled this dream long time ago, and I didn't. And that's okay. I'm doing it now. And at the same time, as when we don't look deeper into what's really holding us back, and we put all these excuses upon us, and the pressure of society, and the pressure of responsibilities, and the guilt, and the fear, and the beliefs, I don't deserve it, I'm not good enough, what if questions, what if questions can drive us nuts. What if I spend the money and something happens? What if this? What if? Who here knows the what ifs questions? What if I spend all this money and it doesn't work? What if I don't enjoy it? What if I break my leg? What if, I don't know, what if I lose my job? Like all these what if questions that keep us so stuck. What if you fulfill your biggest dream this year? What would it take? And what is one thing, one little thing that you can do today to move into that direction, to bring energy into it, to let yourself move into that? What is one little thing? And if you are brave enough to declare it, declare your dream here, right now. To the world, to the public, to yourself. Say, I declare that I'm going to do X, Y, Z, whatever that is to you, this year. And make it happen. I feel so kind of like, do it! Okay, any questions? What ifs can become endless? Yeah, what ifs are useless when we use it in that vicious cycle. Because every what if, doom and gloom, what if, oh my God, what if you just do it? What if you just do it? What if you do it? What if you celebrate it? What if you allow yourself to fulfill that dream? And what if you can make it happen? And what if it's going to be the greatest thing in your life? And what if you can inspire to do it with others too? And what if, instead of asking what if questions all the time, you take one action step? Today, I tell you what, and I don't know how long you've been following me, I keep telling you, only knowing, thinking about it is not going to take you there. Take action. Do one little thing, even if it's only declaring here on the comment section that you're declaring to fulfill your dream. And maybe you still get to become clear, then become clear. Sit down after this is over, take 5 minutes, put your time of 5 minutes, journal around, write down, if I would have 3 more months to live, what would I do? Okay? All the well, what if? Okay, any questions? I don't think, but Tina is declaring that I will start a business this year. Yes, Tina, love it, and you can so do it. And you know, just because you also declared and manifested to come to this retreat changed so much for you already, and you can totally do it. Dolene declares, I declare I will call West Coast Falconry today. Yes, Dolene, love it. Yes. Anyone else wants to declare something? And if you are on the replay right now and you have something that you want to declare it, take action, chunk chunk. And if you, like Tina, want to come and really work 3 days, so transformational, deep work with me, there are still 2 spots left for the retreat that I'm doing here in the Dominican Republic in April. And I'm so fired up because it's going to even be after me fulfilling my dream. I'm so fired up. I'm so passionate. I know it's going to change your life. It's going to be so transformational. But I actually believe that after me actually fulfilling my dream, that I'm going to be even more fired up. So if you're interested in hearing more about the retreat, leave the word retreat here below. Write it, type it down, and I will send you information. I will connect with you. Find out about it, let yourself be open, write retreat in the comment section. I'm super, super happy to connect with you. Okay, thank you for being here for so long. I was just so on fire. And I wish you a fantastic, beautiful, soul-infused rest of your day, rest of your week, rest of your life. Take one action step today that will take you closer to your biggest dream today. Much love.